welcome to a not so foggy Silent Valley. Woke up this morning and it was like pea soup, so I thought it'll clear in an hour, but I had a few phone calls and a few messages around. It seems like it was pretty thick everywhere, so I got my gear together and I thought I would come down to Silent Valley, which is not very far away from where I live, and check it out. But as I got here, I could see that it was clearing. Well, not so much clearing, there wasn't a lot of it in the bottom of the valley. It was more or less sort of at the top of the valley, or I should say up the mountain, about 200-300 meters above me. It's quite a steep-sided valley, and there are trees. This is I think the highest beech woodland in the western UK. So there's quite a lot of trees. There's even trees further up from where I am now. So I thought I'd chase the fog up and see how it goes. It's quite windy, so I think the wind has just chased the fog away. I can see it if I look up the hill, but I can nearly see the top of the mountain now, which is at about 500 or 600 meters, about 580 meters, I think. So it's clearing typically. But the other reason for coming down to Silent Valley is obviously the autumn colours. I've been out 3 or 4 times in the last week and a half. We're in the second week, nearly just into the third week of October. And so far the autumn colours are really very, very sparse. I think it's due to some of the summer weather that we've had. It's been very, very dry, and consequently the leaves have really gone from a green to a brown. They have patches of yellow, but it hasn't really gone that golden colour. And as I'm looking at the floor and around, there's just lots of, well, green leaves on the floor. You know, they're falling off the tree without even changing. So I don't think this autumn 2021 is going to be very good. I don't know where you are in the UK or even the world, but certainly in the UK I'd be interested to know how your autumn colours are going. Are they late? How do you think they're going to be this year? I've had a few friends around the country who seem to think the same as I do, that it possibly won't be a classic autumn colour. So I've got about 3 or 4 woods quite close to me. Yesterday I took my friend Gary down to Lasgarn, Abersucken, which is about 10 miles away from where I live. It's an absolutely fantastic wood. There was a little bit of colour down there, but still very, very green. And the leaves that had turned were dead brown, to be honest, very dry and stuff. There was a little bit of mist down there coming in and out. So we did get some shots, and we had a great 5 hours. Gary is a fungi fan. He comes down to Silent Valley quite a lot to shoot his fungi, but some new species for him yesterday, and had a great time. There's a small wood over Tredegar, about 5 miles away from me, called bthis. I was there the middle of last week. I took some shots, but that's still very, very green as well. Green, but looking like it's not going to turn anytime soon. And I think this week we are due some heavy rain and wind, and I think it might just flop. And lastly, I think the middle of last week as well, I went to what I call the secret woodland in the Brecon Beacons that I took Gary Norman to. I went back there because there was a little bit of fog around, and I had a couple of shots. Colour wise it wasn't very good, but there was some mist rolling in and out. I was there for I think about 6 hours wandering around. I wandered over to the next valley as well, scouting out some compositions and just generally reacquainting myself with a place that I've been years ago walking. So I've had, as I said, 3 or 4 trips out to woodland to see how the autumn colours are coming on, and at this moment in time I don't think it's going to be very good. So tell me, how is your autumn coming along, and how do you think it's going to be this year for you? I'll show you some images, I think, of where I've been in the last week to show you how it's coming along. Thanks for watching.